If you just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Oh, let's talk about it. Hey, yo, GMS fam, the green room. What's going on, y'all? Happy Wednesday. We are back with another one. Thank y'all for pulling up to the GMS show. You know we start out every podcast with peace, love, positive energy, good vibes, passing it forward, hoping that you pass it along as well because we keep that green mind state. How's everybody doing out there? I see you, GMS fam, Infinite, Umbra, Bam Bam, CDT Beats, C-Mo, Promi Code, Illmatic. What's going on, Rashad? Jan Win in the building, Glow in the building. I see the GMS fam. Black Man America, I see you, brother. Shout out to my moderators. Oh, we got some things to discuss today. Some highlights of some things and some discussion around some other things, but you know what we're gonna get to first and foremost. So just make sure you hunker down, chill out, you know what I'm saying? Grab your blunt, grab your joint, your bong, your bowl, whatever you got, grab a beer, whatever it is that you got on deck. Sit back and enjoy the show. All right? Now, GMS fam, the green room. We got a few things to talk about. First and foremost, I want to start out with something specific. Can we start out with something specific? I know y'all want to get to the mountain of ski slopes in the mountain of powder. I know y'all want to get to all that shit. We'll get to that in a second. We got to hit some important topics first. All right. Bullshit will come in a little bit. Now, here's the thing. Corey Holcomb had Dwann B on his 5150 podcast yesterday. And I knew immediately when I saw Dwann what he was there for. If you guys didn't know, which I know you already do know because I've covered it, so many other people have covered it and talked about it. But the Fox Soul interview that featured Dr. Umar, Cynthia G, Dwann B, and Hope Giselle has been the topic of conversation for the past few weeks. And Corey decided to speak on it last week, and this week decided to have Dwann, who was a part of that panel, to come on and talk about what happened. I wanted to make sure I highlighted this as well because I've said some of these things previously without knowing the actual Facts behind it, I kind of just took an educated guess to how they run their shit at Fox Soul, and I was pretty accurate with my guess because DeJuan confirmed that with how they run shit. But I want y'all to see he's gonna explain how they were blindsided by Fox Soul and how they set up this interview. Listen,
shit, you know that, right?
All I know is before the show, we on there like 30, 45 minutes before we go live. And everybody's exchanging pleasantries, saying hi, you know, we doing the audio. They had plenty of time to tell us, okay, it's going to be 3 men and a woman, but one of the men going to be dressed like a woman. Right. They could have told us that. Yeah. They was like, so it's just going to be you and Dr. Umar versus 2 women. They said it's going to be versus 2 women. And then we saw Cynthia G, and then we saw what we thought was a woman. And the name was something Giselle. And I should have known something when I saw that Giselle name. Mm-hmm. You dig what I'm saying?
Put us up on game with the Giselle information you have gathered.
I realized this. I found this out after the show because I don't ever want to get caught in that situation again. You know, I Googled this. I was like, Giselle. And I've heard these different stories about like trans people in Giselle. Mm-hmm. So I just Googled trans and Giselle. And I dare y'all do it right now on Google. What? Google trans and Giselle. You're going to have like 20, 30 articles coming up with trans black dudes that name themselves Giselle.
It sounds like gay as hell.
yeah, gay as hell.
Well put, Marcus.
But a lot of these trans dudes is Beyonce fans. And so what I found out after the fact was these cats is like big Beyonce fans and her like middle name or something is Giselle. So if you see a dude that kind of got a deep voice or a woman that got a deep voice with the name Giselle, you're probably talking about a dude with a dick in a dress.
But
information I didn't know about. But you never know. You never know these days. That's a good point, though. That's a very good point. Now, they're going to keep going a little bit. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. But one thing I do want to speak on, because DeJuan mentioned this also when it came to Cynthia G. If you want to hear more about what Corey said about Cynthia G, make sure you go hit the replay on the 5150 show. But what he had to say about Cynthia G and how she got away with basically the comment about black male babies and genocide and how that was just skipped over by Tammi Mack. Let a lot of people know that Tammi is not for us. She's what I believe Corey would call an agent. And that conversation and that whole panel, the whole debate was a setup for this right here. So that they can go out here and continue to bash and make black men look crazy or look like they're homophobic or transphobic or evil, knowing damn well that would have been a problem to have a whole conversation surrounding black men and having somebody who used to be a man on a panel to tell other black men what they haven't been doing right and what they've missed out in the missed opportunities that they had to do something better by them and black women. I don't understand how that isn't being, why nobody comprehends that. Not y'all, but like the people that have watched that and been like, y'all wrong for saying this about hope. We're having a conversation about black men, and not just black men, but the history of black men, not just black men today, but black men before. So if we're talking about history and we're talking about black men before and what they've done, you can't escape history. Now, I know Hope wants to escape history as much as Hope wants to, but you can't escape history. And the history and the facts of it all is you used to be a man, and there was nothing that you did as a black man to help black men progress or any of that. What you did was, now you identify as a woman, so now you have absolved yourself of all responsibilities as a black man. Cool, do that. But don't get on TV talking about what black men haven't done and how we haven't done shit and how y'all, aka black women, have done X, Y, and Z. You haven't done either. So as a black man, you didn't do shit. And as a black woman, you haven't done any of this shit that you saying black women did. You haven't done either. So you shouldn't have been in that conversation. Just because you transformed and now you identify not only as a woman but as an activist does not mean that you have taken on the challenges as a black woman. And I had to get that off my chest. Listen to what else DeJuan said and him explaining the process of booking this type of shit and how this further proves how they had no idea and how they were blindsided by Fox Soul.
A roast boomerang she got on her face. But Fox Soul, what they did, and this is what they do is they marginalize, and this is for the black women out there to think, because they play towards black women, but they really playing y'all at the end of the day, because everybody know what Cynthia G's about. She never says anything that's going to have anything that's going to be a solution to help black women get out of their situation. She's only going to shit on black people, and she's only going to make people who got bad daddy situations feel good. That's all she's for. So for them to even...
Great statement. Simo said the question for the panel was, are black men being attacked? Then Sinji proceeds to attack black men. Whoa, are black men under attack? Is there a war on black men? And you proceed to have somebody who hates black men and has a following of women who hate black men on the show. I think you guys already answered that just by having her on the fucking show. Oh, bug-eyed, big forehead, bang, having bitch. Let's go.
Call her up. That lets you know they don't give a fuck about black women.
So next time you go on the show, you do understand it will be wise to find out who all is going to be on the show with you.
And I don't see why any person can't get that information, because they need to receive your publicity and photos and things like that ahead of time.
This is how sick they are. The person that booked me.
Listen to this.
We talked after the show. She only knew Dr. Umar because she told me flat out who she didn't even know who the other two people were going to be.
So the actual
it's more than one
per-
person that books it. So even when it gets to the point, the person that call you, the other person that's booking, they don't know who they called to be on the show. So it's confusion all the way around. Then when you get, now the host because when I got there before the show, the host knew they said, all of you been on the show before, so they had to know. But the person that booked me, they didn't know the other two people that was gonna be on the show until
they
the
was
show
playing dumb, brother. They know what's going on. They have production meetings and they set you up.
You probably right.
They really set you up, bro. Like I think that they don't call me for shit like that because they know I've been burned before. Someone be like, "Who on the show, motherfucker?"
But you have the
My
right
brother
to know
Nick
that.
Cannon called me.
Here we go. This
And I'm
is
going
this is
out on a
another part.
limb by saying this.
Now
You
some
want me to
people,
do
hold
what?
on. Some people thought that this was him throwing dirt on Nick Cannon, but I think this actually is, and I'm gonna say this because I am very unbiased when it comes to this shit. This is not a hate channel. This isn't a tear down Corey channel, even though this nigga says a lot of dumb shit and does some dumb shit behind the scenes. I have to say this about this situation. A lot of people talk about him and his relationships with certain people in Hollywood and how that contradicts his view on Hollywood. So like when he'll talk about what you got to do to get ahead, be on some fruit booty shit or whatever the fuck the case may be, he'll talk about a lot of people and people will pinpoint that he doesn't talk about the Kevin Harts or the Nick Cannons or this or the Tyler Perrys and people like that who have done things in Hollywood that he's against, but he will work with them. I think this was a step towards actually standing on something by saying this in regards of Nick Cannon reaching out to him to do Wildin' Out recently.
Wildin' Out. I love Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon gave me a lot of publicity in this business. But I saw two guys kissing on Wildin' Out. I feel weird about doing Wildin' Out. I would come on as a guest star, just do one episode and get the fuck out of there. But as a cast member, I know what the show is about. It's a show that is part of American TV culture as they intended. I'm not with men kissing men on a show. I would be uncomfortable if two men kissed each other and I was there because I'm associated with it. I'm just putting that out there. So if that blackball me, fuck all you motherfuckers. I ain't with that man busting slob with man shit. I'm from a whole nother school of men. Like we don't get down like that. Now that don't mean I'm trying to fight every man who kiss a man. Yeah. But if it was my brother, even though, like I said, it ain't really them fruit booties in our family line, but if somebody who I knew and they was cool with me was a man, and he was like, "Hey, Corey, this is my husband," and they kissed, I wouldn't be like, oh, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? I'd be like, okay, I understand. I'm finna get up out of here. All right, y'all. Y'all be cool. You know what I'm saying? That's how I do.
Corey's hilarious sometimes, man. Look, in that regard, I will say, him not doing it for a check, regardless if the check ain't the same or if the pay ain't the same for Wildin' Out, stand on it regardless, man. If you don't fuck with certain Hollywood shit or you don't fuck with certain shit in Hollywood, stand on that shit and fucking and move accordingly. And I know more people would take your word for what it is, and you be more validated behind your word when it comes to that type of shit. Now, this was a part that I didn't expect. This part came out of nowhere. I didn't know that it was it, because over the past couple weeks, you know, there have been clips that have been posted, and Precise has been saying a lot of stuff about Corey, and Corey has either ignored it or missed opportunities because the show was in a flow to respond to it. But last night, I think Corey took up enough time for the past 2 months to respond to Precise due to the things that Precise has said. Now, Precise has said a lot of things. Precise has talked about Corey's choice of women. He's talked about men-looking women that Corey has had on the road. He's talked about Corey being broke or Corey not owning his own home. And he's also talked about the possibility of Corey being a pedophile. Now, all of this sounds all good and nice until you remember the situation. And you have to ask yourself, if Corey didn't write that letter, which is what he revealed to everybody last night. This nigga wrote a letter. I don't know what the fuck that was. But he wrote Precise a letter, which I'm pretty sure will be revealed to the public after tonight. Because if y'all don't know, Precise already has a preview out there for his show tonight that says responding to Corey Holcomb. So y'all should check that out later tonight if you want to. Or you might just see a clip posted somewhere. I don't know. But either way, you're going to see him respond to what Corey said last night tonight. And Corey wrote a letter to him. And you wonder if he never did that, or if he never got rid of Precise, if Precise would be saying the things or feeling the way that he feels today. You know, especially with somebody who, you know, claims his third eye and, you know, has this intuition and is one with the 9 foot tall beings on Mars and shit. You would think that somebody would have this type of intuition not to fuck with somebody in the first place. But, you know, you live and you learn. We're still human at the end of the day, regardless if you think you're a fucking extraterrestrial. Now, here we got to this part that I did not expect to happen. Hold on, let me fast forward to it. Corey said, fuck all the bullshit, and he decided that he was going to respond to Precise, and he did it in this
broke
fashion.
All you niggas on the internet talk about me, I'm broke. I don't have a house. Motherfucker talking about Corey ain't got no house. That motherfucker 50-something without a house. I have nothing. I own nothing. Y'all hear this shit? I own nothing. It take wise people to know what I'm doing. I own nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm broke. I'm popped off. I mean, fuck it. We talk about that hoe ass nigga who used to be on the show, the dope fiend nigga.
Uh-oh.
I can't hold back.
Go ahead. Yeah.
The dope fiend nigga talk about I'm popped off. All because of this letter that I'm gonna eventually put out. Hey, dope fiend nigga, that letter I wrote you when I just couldn't take it no more, I'm gonna let everybody see it so it won't be no bullshit. Maybe you should let everybody see it. Because I sent it to you about the show. I had love for my nigga. Yeah. Even though he was obnoxious like a motherfucker. Yeah. He became a liability where I had a
oh, whoops, my bad. Hold on one second.
feeling I was going to get sued.
Yeah.
So I wrote him a letter, not talking shit to him, just wrote him a letter. Hey, bro, you got to get some intervention because it's starting to get to the point where I felt it. I knew something was going to happen in the show, and he took it like he was mad. Now he on there. The motherfucker, I couldn't do no wrong before that. That motherfucker used to laugh at everything I do.
That's hilarious to me because that is another thing that I called out for a very long time. Like during this whole shit, during the whole Precise era, you're going to hear a lot of the things that I said during this time about Precise being on this show. You're going to hear a lot of that come out of Corey's mouth. Just pay attention. If you
nigga got a video. Oh, he wrong for that. He a pedophile. Nigga, look, man, I feel sorry for you. Go get some help. All you dope fiend niggas, stop claiming weed and alcohol. Nigga, you a dope fiend, nigga. I know a lot of shit about you. You never calling me broke. Want me to tell everybody what I paid you to go on the road? You know we got copies of what we paid you. Nigga, don't nobody pay him more than what I'm going to show when I put it all out there. If you want to book him, he's very affordable. I don't know how he paying off a house with the money I was paying him.
Damn, my nigga CDT said, I just skied a slope. It ain't winter or December. Gunplay. Gunplay and Precise do look like they're related. I cannot lie. Gunplay and Precise, they could be related.
It's impossible. This nigga got the coldest Section 8 in the game. If he paid off a house for what I'm paying the nigga.
Coldest Section 8.
Well, we all know that ain't your house, boy. That ain't your house, boy. That ain't your house, motherfucker. Boy, you don't want to fuck with me, boy. I got some shit on your ass. Boy! You better do your dope and leave Corey Holcomb alone, nigga. Corey Holcomb, boy, I shut you down. I gave the man an opportunity on my show. I mean, I'm not perfect. I done got on Marcus' nerve. I done got on Darlene nerve.
All the time.
I mean, Juan, our shit is new. But I eventually get on your nerve because I'm a nerve-wracking motherfucker. But I got love for y'all, man. And I had love for that nigga. But he's... Nigga, you a dope fiend, man. Nigga, I
just watched the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
His brother was dope. Here.
What movie?
Jasmine's Blues, that new Tyler Perry movie.
I ain't seen it.
Oh man, wait till you go watch that one, boy.
When I tell you, I be so shocked at niggas who be mad at me like, okay, if you don't get along with a nigga, okay, we didn't get along, nigga, fuck it. Like, I was so disappointed in Grady, but I'm like, nigga, fuck that shit, it's over. Well, I ain't finna keep going, even though I was very disappointed in Grady the most because I cuffed him a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Zoe, I was disappointed when we fell out, but I believe we got it all back right. It ain't.
I really want to know what he was disappointed about. That's actually a good question. What was he so disappointed about in Grady and Zoe? Because I seem to recall Corey being the common denominator in how all that started and how all of it continued, but I don't know. Whatever his logic is, I guess that's his logic, right?
No, it ain't
no.
Oh,
and Zen Master said Precise is a disabled veteran. That's his house. And he said, and he's a war vet, Precise taken care of. That could be possible.
Lingering fuck you niggas.
Right, no.
But the dope fiend is mad at me. The nigga who my people was like, Corey, what this nigga on here for? I was like, hey man, the nigga sing and, you know, we trying something new.
Yeah.
I think he's just trying to get some exposure, man.
I think he's just trying to get some exposure, man. Hey, Marcus has some shit to say too, just a little bit, but not too much. It continued, the roast continued a little bit back here. Hold on.
Being on what it is, nigga. Stop fucking with me, nigga. Just
you guys are wrong.
Oh, that's cold.
that's it.
Oh, they don't put this nigga.
I tried to call the nigga a couple of months back. I tried to call the nigga just on some, man, you all right, man? Because I've seen this nigga be regular. Like before the show, when we on the road, he be like, hey, how you doing? Then He be like, okay, I got to go to my room. I already know what's coming out.
Oh,
that nigga come out that room like, I'll be like, God damn, this nigga fucked up.
Busting out the room like the mask.
Right.
Smoking.
Running from the police helicopters. That nigga kicked that.
Bruh, the way he describes Precise's alone time in hotel rooms, man, is fucking hilarious.
That nigga be kicking it. I be like, hey nigga, meet me in the lobby. I remember, the preacher Luther.
Yeah.
When Luther first met him, he wasn't smiling. Because, the dope fiend motherfucker Luther was like, I was like, hey, man, he off the chain, man.
Yeah.
Whoa. Luther was like, all right. He was just making sure it's cool. Because that nigga came in that green room like, you saw that motherfucker talking on God Almighty, Bruce Almighty, when he was mimicking the news?
He talk about Steve Carell. Y'all remember Bruce Almighty when he was over there doing this and shit, acting like he was typing on the fucking keyboard and shit. That nigga Steve Carell is a fucking amazing actor, by the way, because it'll be fucking hard to do a scene like that without fucking stopping every other take, cracking the fuck up, bro. This nigga said, bro, I don't even want to do it. Just go watch that shit for a throwback. Let's keep going.
Like the Tasmanian devil.
What the fuck is wrong with this nigga?
Oh my God. Not the sounds again.
Luther was like, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga?
Oh, God.
He needs to hang out with Harry Spears, dog. They'll make a hell of a show.
Harry Spears.
They got them cocaine bowls on that motherfucker.
Cocaine bowls.
Hey, did we make it to the likes? Did we get the likes?
He said they put the cocaine bowls in the chat. Those are rice bowls, but this nigga said they put cocaine bowls in the chat. This nigga Corey is ridiculous, man. Listen to this.
It was things like, as we was growing, Marcus, it wasn't always, it was like, but we passed all that now. God damn it, you know what I'm saying? You in here wet and it don't bother me. Somebody say, Corey, you know Precise work at Popeyes. Now be careful. Fuck you, man.
Popeyes.
Corey gonna be coming through the line.
I tried not to say nothing either, because I got a package set up for him. If he try me again, I got a package set up for him. Everything I did, nigga, in your presence. I didn't make you sign no NDA, but everything I did in your presence, I'm a motherfucking G, nigga. I ain't got no shame about who I am and what the fuck I do. And you can't talk about a project, nigga, not having a house. You sound stupid. That let me know something wrong with you, nigga. Man, most of the niggas I know ain't even got a motherfucker, ain't allowed in houses. Just like you gonna be. Cause you gonna burn some bridges out here in this game, boy. Dope faint ass nigga. But, all right, fuck it. I said something. I was trying to wait till I had this.
He even went at his co-host. He even went at the co-host that, be piggybacking out. And it's another thing, man. People got to learn something. You got to ride with your homies, for sure. Ride for your homies, especially if you don't know a motherfucker. Like, Precise's got a homeboy that's on his show that was, putting in his 2 cents when it came to certain things that he was saying about Corey. That's where you have to pull back at. It's cool to support your homie and have your homie back. But when you start putting your own opinion in there and saying your own shit and throwing your own shots, then you get thrown in here too.
Package put together. I'm putting this care package together for him.
The chief bridge burner.
Don't
he wouldn't know
me,
about
dog.
burning
I'm a
bridges,
cold
goddamn.
motherfucker.
Corey wouldn't know about burning
some girl
goddamn
ready
bridges.
to leave you, boy. 'Cause you ain't gonna be able to explain this shit. I know. I have facts about. Well, you gonna try to shit with me? You think my girl gonna leave me? Whoever, do it. Whatever you got to put out there on me, put it out there, nigga, because it's going to be a lie. You lied about me with a lot of shit. And I'm telling you, if you did have a deed to a house, I'll show you some LA shit just to get under your skin. Put a lien on that motherfucker. That motherfucker slandered me.
I will say this shit, man. Corey be talking about him being a project kid. He be talking about all this other shit. He really do come off like he act hard a lot of the time. But when it come down to some shit, the first thing he'll do, and especially when it seems like his back is against the wall, not even back against the wall, but when it seems like he feels somebody has the one up on him, he'll go straight to that legal shit. Straight to the legal shit. And I think it's from learning from other people doing it to him. Because whenever something happens and somebody sends a lawsuit to him, he realizes he loses a lot of money. So he's like, fuck that shit. If it's that easy to lose money when motherfuckers create lawsuits or create whatever the fuck, I'm going to start doing that to people that say some shit about me or try to do some shit to me.
Dare you to say you only fuck with weed and alcohol. Nigga, I know niggas who toot the sugar booger with you, nigga.
Toot the
Stop! Before you get hurt.
Uh-oh.
Now go home over your girl house and ask her to let you in, nigga.
Oh, I cannot.
The booger sugar.
Oh my God.
I'm a motherfucking G. I turn my little mirror accommodation key all on my own, nigga. I ain't got shit. Remember that. I ain't got shit. I'm a bum, nigga. You don't want to fuck with me, nigga? You don't want to fuck with me. I got real receipts, nigga. I got receipts, nigga. Do what you do with me. Try to make me look bad, and I ain't did shit to your dope fiend ass, nigga. Anyway, toot toot, like somebody said up there. Sugar tooter. Could you sing that song one more time? I'm talking about.
I agree. Glittery Bubble said you can't claim street rules, then turn around and use corporate weapons. If it's street, leave it street. If it's corporate, then be down, but don't keep switching up. Yeah, you can't have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You can't whack 100 your way through life, because at some point somebody is gonna get you tummy to the linen, ass poked up to the ceiling, talking shit on Clubhouse.
First
If you don't get help at Charter, please get help somewhere.
Get help somewhere.
If you don't get help at Charter, please get help somewhere.
Watch what he say about his homeboy. It reminded him of something.
Oh, nigga.
Something I said
I ain't
before.
hug him with him. Yeah, some goof ass nigga on the show with him talking shit, co-signing everything he said. I'm like, that's how he used to be with me. That nigga used to co-sign everything I say.
Like,
That nigga went and found him a nigga to do what he did with me. I was like,
Oh, so Corey noticed the pom-poms, huh?
where did you find that nigga? I'm jealous.
That nigga purchased that bitch.
He gave him $10.99.
Hey, man, where did you find that nigga to co-sign everything you say? That was amazing. I was like, this nigga got a too big MC.
Like a little puppet dog.
Right.
The hype man got a hype man.
That motherfucker Precise do like this. He be like, do it again, Precise. What they get? Hey, man, this world full of, hey, man.
He said he snorty.
He's snorty.
They call him exactly. Precise and exactly.
Somebody say Corey tells all. Homie, I'm holding back. I'm holding back, nigga. I was with that nigga. I was around that nigga. I showed that nigga love, man. I remember when his car broke down, that motherfucker talking about he got a Range Rover. Nigga, show motherfuckers that Range Rover. Put that Range Rover on camera, nigga. Since you bragging. Nigga, I got old raggedy cars too, goddamn. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, nigga. Dog, I might pull up in a motherfucking Corsica, nigga.
Who said a Corsica?
I don't give a fuck, nigga. I know who I am. My identity is cool with me. You over here talk about, that nigga ain't got this. That nigga ain't got that. Show don't, nigga. I'm out here fucked up, nigga. Make sure you tell the government. I went to college with.
Oh.
He that old?
That nigga my age, but that nigga in shape, ain't
Say
he?
he lives there. What?
Damn, Cole. Shit.
Where's he at?
Like you be his dad.
Right now, it's a drug dealer tolerating this shit right now. Hey, man, don't get high before you come next time.
Oh, I hate to be his drug dealer.
Yeah. Be blowing up the whole spot.
They be,
Hey, come on over here. Ah!
they be dumbing down his drugs so he ain't.
I need another 5-piece.
That nigga, they give him a lower dose. He be like, ha 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 ha. This ain't the right shit.
My mouth ain't right.
That nigga,
God damn it, God damn it.
then he go to another drug dealer, get the shit he really want.
Fucking Ace of Spades said, Marcus, beware. It can happen to you too. That's a fact. I said this, man. I said this. This is the thing, man. Once again, we are here for another revelation of common sense. Something that I have brought to attention way beforehand when things were all good and nobody was, and all I got was niggas talking shit to me and niggas saying X, Y, and Z. I even remember after the whole phone call shit, Precise put up a whole show talking about the downfall of the PMS show. Nigga, do you understand? That's not my friend. That's not. I don't know Corey Holcomb. That's not my friend. It's not my colleague. That's not my peer. We have never crossed paths in life. I, in real life, do not give a shit. You, on the other hand, Precise, you gave a lot of a shit. You held up your pom-poms. You vouched for everything Corey said. You went against every person that has something negative to say. You went against the 5150 chat room goons. You went against Black Ron. You went against Ryan Davis. You were the number one go-to when it came to backup talk for Corey. And I remember wholeheartedly, vividly, me saying, you don't want to go this hard and be this loyal to somebody who can turn around and shit on you at the drop of a dime. Now, I don't know what this letter said that Corey was talking about. I don't know what it entailed. I guess we'll find out one day. But all I know is I saw this coming from a mile away. I called it. I saw it. I said it. And niggas was coming at me crazy. Pause. I'm just a nigga out here that just sees shit for what it is. That's all that is. I just see shit for what it is. Now I'm gonna wrap this up, this clip up, and I'm gonna really give you my opinion on what I feel like is gonna happen next.
Hype man.
Yo, bitch.
We gonna get D involved.
You stupid bitch.
We want him to talk about D too. How
He
you
already had.
how you used to sing to you, D?
I heard somebody. Yeah, I got the calls. I haven't watched it, but I got calls from people, and they
D
were
a good nigga.
Well, no, because they asked, like, you want me to do it? No, he's not worth it. I said, I just.
D know all them gangster niggas. Hey, D know all them wild niggas. They know D.
It's the truth, and I said it's
D
not.
trying to be
good nigga,
nonchalant
D.
with that shit. D trying to be nonchalant with that shit, but she knew she wanted to make that fact known that she had somebody call her talking about some, you want me to touch up Precise? We know where he live at. All we got to do is follow the screams. Nigga, hey, if you ever want to find Precise, just buy a sonar system. Just fucking put the sonar system in the fucking sky and listen for the fucking sound waves, or pay attention to the sound waves. I promise you, the closer you get, the louder the screams will be. But Darlene talking about how she had somebody slide on Precise for talking greasy about her. That's wild.
It's true. I don't want anybody else to for that. I was like, well.
D know all them motherfuckers. They be like, you right, OGD?
I said yes. I said it's not that serious.
That's about you from there, D.
He gonna say something about D because he really he want to smoke. He got to he has to be shown. But I ain't on that with him. I feel sorry for the nigga. But I ain't hard to find. I don't want it, but I ain't hard to find. Nigga, your ragged ass car was parked in front of my house when you couldn't get the smoke to stop coming out that motherfucker. We took all the charcoal from under your hood and helped your car stop smoking.
That nigga be on the side of the road on his way to you. God damn it, I almost done.
On the side of the
If Precise was stranded in the middle of nowhere, he would have absolutely no worries in the world. All he would have to do is get out of his car and scream. Every emergency department around in a fucking 500-mile radius will hear that shit and come to his rescue. This nigga scream starts his car.
Make it to my house. He got to get his girl car. Baby, let me drive your car.
He got to scream to unlock his front door.
Give me some gas money. Give me the child support. No, I'm just fucking with you. All right, my nigga.
Precise got a scream activated phone. That's how he unlock his phone. There's no thumbprint, no code. He just scream and it unlock. He the only person that got a distinct scream that. Oh man. Look. I honestly believe that we've gotten to a point where it's about to get ugly. And I don't believe it'll get ugly in a physical way. I just mean we're going to hear a lot of information be brought to the surface from behind the scenes shit that took place. This is also a lesson for Corey about who he has around him and to actually listen or pay attention to what, some of the fans are saying, especially when they're speaking logically. I've also said this as well. You hear what the people are saying about the show. It's not even about, I get it. You know what I'm saying? You run your platform. You do what you want with your platform. But if you're, and this is why I'm saying this, because you've been hearing it for the past few weeks. Tell me if I'm lying. Corey would mention how many viewers that they have watching the show, right? Which means you care about the viewership. You care about people watching your show. You mention it all the time. You talk about the fact that you don't have Hollywood behind you. You had to create your own Hollywood, and the people are what keep you going. Not a machine, not no corporate buildings, not Hollywood, not any other opportunities besides what you create for yourself, and having the people having such a cult fan base and having the people ride for you is what makes you, or what helps you continue. So if you hear the people saying, hey, get this screaming ass nigga out of here. He is ruining the show. He's ruining the vibe of the show, the flow of the show. Get him out of here. Let him go do his own thing. The fans have spoken. It got so bad where the majority of the comments in the live section was just people roasting Precise. I doubt the people were paying attention to the actual show. And even Marcus said, he said viewership went down drastically. Do you think he was saying that then? He wasn't saying that then. Corey nor Marcus was saying that then. They saw it, but they weren't saying it. They weren't trying to pay attention to what was going on. They waited till it got to a point where they couldn't take it no more to have him move around. But these are the things that you have to pay attention to when you are somebody in this game trying to maintain some shit for yourself independently, and you don't have the backing of a machine. You have to be more careful about who you have around you, who you allow to enter your space, excuse me, and to be a part of your art. And I've also said this too as well, because I'm not on no Precise hate train. I don't know Precise either. I'm not his friend. I'm not his peer. I'm not somebody who just coexists around him. I'm none of that. So I don't hate that guy. He wasn't a fit on the 5150 show. You know what suits him? Talking that crazy shit on his fucking platform. That's what suits him. He does that shit. Whatever flows, whatever makes more sense to you as a creative, and what you do is what you do. You can never force a situation, because the people are always going to speak, and the people are always going to let you know unfiltered how they feel about it. Now we just have to see how this turns out from this point on. And like I said, Precise is going live tonight. So for those that want to hear his response to what Corey said last night on the 5150 show, you are going to have to go to the Mr. Precise 8 channel on YouTube and watch his live when he goes live. I might be there. I might just be there. Now, there was something important I want to talk about as well. This DJ Akademiks shit. I have to pull this up. I have to say this real quick. I have to play this, because this was something that I feel was important as far as context. We all know that DJ Akademiks said some things about hip hop that garnered responses from LL Cool J, Russell Simmons, and other hip hop pioneers and legends around the game. What that sparked was DJ Akademiks having to go on The Breakfast Club to explain himself. And I just want to play this clip real quick for y'all to see his perception on everything and his response on how he can better respect the culture he eats off of. This is what he had to say.
Have you had time to really reflect on your comments in regards to the older pioneers in hip hop? Have you had time to reflect on it and say, okay, maybe I shouldn't have said the word Dusty, or maybe I should have just said, hey, financially, how come they aren't doing as good as they should be because they invented hip hop?
I mean, yes, and again, first of all, I knew this point, the bigger context was never going to be taken seriously. Mm-hmm. If I knew it was going to be even amplified to that reach, yes, I would have not said that to hopefully let's have the conversation. But granted, we just all agreed they don't want to talk about it.
But you know how you can make them have the conversation?
What?
Apologize for calling them Dusty, and say, you know what? Maybe I used a bad choice of words.
Hold on, but here's the thing: I can't apologize for something I didn't do. I didn't call all of them Dusty. Everybody who was responding, you see, what I said earlier. I agree with LL 100%, mm-hmm. Except 80% of what he was talking about wasn't to me, because I didn't say it. I never said that your money could be equatable to your to hip hop contributions in the past.
Well, you left it broad because you didn't name a name. So being that you didn't name a name, you can only think you're generalizing.
That's what I regret, because usually I love calling names. Mm-hmm. I should have just called that dude name, but I didn't think my audience was even gonna know the dude. Mm-hmm. So, but now everybody done responded. I don't want to now go back and point I was talking to that nigga right there. And by the way, the dude responded too.
The person? The one person you was talking about?
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. Interesting. My goodness. So listen, I mean, that is a bigger conversation.
And by the way, when he responded, he kind of almost agreed that he was. Never mind. Let me just keep it going.
But the bigger conversation is how can we help, the founding fathers? And I think people just want you to respect the culture that you eat off.
Wait, okay, that's a good one. Mm-hmm. What legitimately, besides that comment, do people believe that shows lack of respect of the culture or even historically rappers who came before. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, they're using two words to kind of paint a large brush on everything I've done. You know what I mean?
Well, if they haven't been paying attention to the whole totality of you and all of the different things you might have done or have done, then they only see that one thing. So they're like, who the fuck is this guy? You know what I mean?
See the clips that's on the blog.
And that's where it comes down to this, right? So like, is anybody gonna look up? Yo, does he have other comments disrespecting all of the old rappers?
No.
What has he said about them before? What has he said about, the pioneers? What has he said about people who were popping in the 80s and 90s? Did anybody go to look that up? Or was it a good way to galvanize and actually, that's the only thing I was proud about. I think everybody was on the same page, even though it was against me.
So you're down to have the conversation with the LLs, the TIs, and everything else. I mean, I think that's the thing people don't understand. Like, you're not a bad guy. You know what I mean? I've been knowing you for a long time. You're actually a student of the game. You know what I mean? And I think just like any of us, you can get caught up in the performance of it all sometime. You know what I mean? But you got to deal with the consequences of those actions. Like I always tell you, it's going to come at some point. We've all gotten punched in the face. You know what I mean?
Tell them, Charlamagne, we have all got punched in the face before. All got punched in the face. Me personally, I got punched in my face once by one of my homeboys on accident. We was fighting somebody else, and I had grabbed somebody, and the dude's head was right here, and my homeboy turned around and tried to hit dude while I had him grabbed, and dude ducked, and nigga hit me like the fucking Three Stooges and shit. And the nigga let out the biggest 0.5-second laugh I've ever heard in my life and went right back to mad and started hitting the dude. As soon as he hit me, he said, "Ah!" and then started hitting the other dude. that was the time I got hit in my face. But it is true. Akademiks has to move around at some point. He can't just stay in his house all day drinking Henny, talking shit on the internet. Although I do agree, I have to agree with Akademiks when it comes to some of the things that he does as far as making it known about record labels and the deals and what artists, especially young artists, should be looking for and what they should want out of their deals. Regardless his approach, he's making it known that you have to be smarter out here and don't just go for whatever you see because you want a quick dollar or you want some quick fame. A lot of the big name artists that you hear about are stuck in shitty deals. It's cool to keep showing them off, cool and lit on the internet and showing their streams and showing them, in their videos and different things that they doing and the accolades and shit. But a lot of these people are miserable because they don't want to be stuck in these deals where they're not actually making the money that they're perceiving to make to the public. So I do agree with that part. I definitely agree with that part. As far as his contribution to hip hop, I'll just say he has contributed to the new age stars of our generation in music, because you almost had to go through an Akademiks page to be noticed by the younger generation. A lot of artists got broken through Akademiks page and by Akademiks cosign. So I got to give him that. But also in reality, his taste in music does not reflect on everybody's ideal or everybody's taste in music. So to say that you've done X, Y, and Z for music, or talk about the artist that you have uplifted or that you've helped put on, it's been the artist that you've liked and that your ear was gravitating towards. But that wasn't something that you have. I don't believe Akademiks has a well-rounded musical ear. When you talk about contributions to the culture and what you do for the culture, a lot of the people who I admire or look up to or am a fan of are well-rounded musically. Not just talent-wise, but their ear. So anybody that has ever put an artist in front of you, whether it be a rapper, a singer, whatever, even a producer or an engineer or a writer, you have to be well-rounded out here. You can't just be like, hey, This nigga right here, he sound like the last nigga I just put up on my page. This is lit. Let me put him up here and let me put him on. Look at me. I'm Big Ack. I'm doing my thing. I'm helping the ecosystem. It's like, nah, you keep recycling the same type of fucking artist to make the music sound the same and to make hip hop a genre of brainless shit instead of having a well-rounded all around. He didn't just start posting well-rounded artists until the past 5 years or so. You know what I'm saying? Like really showing love to like certain artists, lyrical artists, or certain people that deserve the shine or deserve the look. But, you know, having this conversation is important because I'm one of those people who I'm not really a fan of Akademiks at all, but I'm not somebody who hates Akademiks. And if there's a way to open up the conversation or to kind of broaden that context without hearing the side of Henny Demics or the nigga sitting there just talking shit down in a bottle of Henny, then it's more, you can digest that more. But we'll see how this plays out. I think it'll be interesting if Akademiks actually capitalizes off of this and has a sit down with LL Cool J, you know what I'm saying, on his podcast to talk about shit. You know what I'm saying? I heard he was going to talk to T.I., but it's like, at this point, I feel like T.I. just wants to just be in every fucking conversation for some reason. And I'm kind of getting tired of that. Like at first, it was like, yeah, you know, that's cool. Like T.I., he be saying some shit. And I think he let a lot of that get to his head to the point where he thinks that people actually want to hear what he has to say about every fucking situation. But this is just one of those things where I don't want to hear T.I.'s opinion. I would rather keep that to Akademiks and LL. So I hope they get that conversation popping. Now, one last thing I do want to speak on real quick. I saw some comments that Shaq made that I want to play real quick. It's only 50 seconds, but it was something I felt was real, and I think that Shaq has been on this self-awareness cleanse, so to speak. He's made a few comments that were in favor of the opposite and not himself, which a lot of people don't do. And what I mean by that is taking accountability for things that you did and owning it and moving forward in life with it. So a couple months ago, if you remember, you know, Shaq talked about his ex-wife and how that was all his fault. It was all completely his fault. He had a good family, a great wife. He had everything, and he was just out there fucking up. It takes a lot for a man specifically, and a man in his position, you know what I'm saying? He has everything: money, fame, power. He owns damn near everything you can think of. Anything that has a brand on it, Shaq is part of that brand or eating off of that brand, or somebody has a ad deal with Shaq, some type of shit. So you can only imagine what type of cloud a 7'2" nigga is on in that time. Taking accountability is important. And recently, he was asked, because, you know, of course, Shaq is not only a retired NBA player, but he actually used to play for the Celtics, if you remember. And he was asked about the Ime Udoka situation. This is what he had to say.
Now we have Ime Udoka and the situation going on in Boston.
I am going to step down from this conversation. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
I was a serial cheater. It would be crazy and blasphemous for me to get up here and say, boom, boom, bam. I can't do that. I know these guys personally. I know they're going through a lot because I went through a lot. I just wish that, you know, certain parties weren't involved. Like I've known Nia Long for a long time. I like her. I know Adam for a long time, and they're going through a lot of family stuff. But I'm never the guy that's going to get up here because of my platform and fake it. I did it. You know, I was the best at it. I'm not proud of it. I lost my family doing it. I lost valuable, important years with my children from doing it. So I refuse to get up here. You shouldn't have did this. You shouldn't have did that. I'm not that guy. I'm real with the situation.
Now we have
real nigga shit, Shaq. That was one of the realest things I've ever heard Shaq say ever in life. To be somebody that self-aware, and it's something that simple. Something that simple. You can be that self-aware and let people know, hey, because, and this is why I played this, man. It's a bigger reason why I played that. A lot of people step on this internet and they say things and forget that they make mistakes too. A lot of people are very quick at pointing the finger at this and that. Somebody did this. Oh, let me go on the internet and say why they're wrong, or say why they're a piece of shit, or it's really people escaping from the fact that they have a lot of things to take accountability for, and a lot of things in their past that they need to answer for. A lot of people have bad karma still catching up to them as we speak. But be quick to go on the internet to talk about somebody else's misfortune or somebody else's scandal or somebody else's whatever. If you aren't self-aware, don't speak on it. When it comes to you being somebody that did the shit, especially if you somebody that did the shit. So Shaq being somebody who is a self-proclaimed serial cheater, it would not look right for him to sit there and chastise another man for cheating. That's just common sense. And I wish a lot more people had that mindset. It's a bigger, broader conversation around that. Also, why the fuck did Rachel Dolezal's titties come across my Twitter feed? I had to block the person that liked the picture. I had to go and try to disable notification. Like, why did Rachel Dolezal's titties come across my Twitter feed? Will somebody explain to me how the hell that happened? Rachel Dolezal has an OnlyFans, and she's out there showing titties and ass. Does she not realize she already ruined herself in society? How do you go from wanting to be a prestigious black woman in the NAACP to the what they call it? It's not miscommunicated. It's excommunicated, exposed white girl on OnlyFans, dropping it like it's hot. And I'm seeing it. I'm seeing you niggas talk about, hey, look, man, hey, Rachel, hey, man, look, now, she may have pretended to be a black woman, but them titties they was poking. Man, y'all go ahead and get some of that spoiled milk if you want to. Jesus, I was not expecting that. Somebody help me. Help me, please. There's a nigga from Friday After Next. When I scroll down and I see that shit, help me, please. Help me, please. Nigga was trying to run away from that picture in my mind. Damn. Holy moly donut shop. This motherfucker is got the do you see what the fuck? Rachel Dolezal looks like Doug Funny from Doug, Nickelodeon's Doug, with box braids. Get her the fuck out of here. You have been excommunicated from society. No titties nor ass will bring you back. Now, I know some of you motherfuckers out there are spending top dollar to see some of this shit. Don't do it. This is another way for her to take money from the black. You don't think that this was calculated? You don't think this was calculated? Do you think that there is a drove of white men trying to see Rachel Dolezal? No. She tried to be a black person. Ick. Get this jigaboo bitch away from me. No, it's niggas out here that's trying to go pay to see that shit. Because some of you niggas low-key like that shit. Talk about some, she was trying to be black shit. It's all good, man. At least she was down for the cause. Let me go ahead and hit that real quick. No! Don't do it! beg you, don't do it. Don't fucking do it. I don't even know how much the OnlyFans is. I didn't look. But if anybody's out there spending for Rachel Dolezal's OnlyFans, shame on goddamn you. Now, GMS fam, the Green Room. It's been a hell of a show. We talked about some shit today. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Once again, like I said, YouTube want to stay trying to demonetize a brother, so the best way that you can support this channel is by continuing to hit that like button. Follow me on my socials. I follow everybody back. If you want to support financially to help keep this shit going the way that it's going, hit the Cash App today, man. Hit that Cash App and show some love to the GMS show. I would appreciate it so much. And when the live is over, make sure you leave a comment on this video. Yes, if you enjoyed the show, I'm gonna need you to leave a comment under the video. I don't see a lot of y'all doing it. Y'all be like, all right, cool, the live is over, we out, fuck you. Nah, man, leave a comment. I see some of y'all in here, and I see a lot of y'all that are reoccurring motherfucking viewers to this show. Show some love in that comment section, man, when the live is over. I would much appreciate it. I will see y'all in the comment sections, man. I'm a heart every comment, and I'm a reply to every single one of y'all. I appreciate y'all. Put a GMS in the chat. Let's go. Shout out to Willie Riles. Willie Riles with the 50. Holy shit. Holy shit. That man sent 50 to the Cash App, man. Thank you so fucking much, man. I appreciate you. You still got to send me your info, man. I don't know if you emailed the GMS show or however you trying to do it, man, but you got to send me your info because I got a shirt for you I want to send your way. Make sure you somehow send me your info so I can send you a shirt out, man. You have definitely earned that shirt. GMS fam, the Green Room, like I said, follow me on my socials. I follow everybody back. Hit the Cash App today if you're feeling generous. Shout out my guy, Willie Riles, for the 50. Hit the like button on the way out. Hit that comment section right after the live is over. I want to see y'all there. That's where the GMS after party is, right there in the comment section, man. So y'all go ahead and show love. GMS fam, the Green Room. Smoke some. We out.